G'day guys, and welcome back to Stitch Up and another episode of Voxel Tycoon, our passenger series. And we've got a couple of these goods trains heading into this kind of intersection here, and this is a bit of a poignant sort of start to the episode, because this episode we're going to be doing rail improvements right around the network. So I've got a few little bits of ideas. I've paid down some of the loan. Look at this. We now have the ability to loan 1.4 million, so we've got a bit of money there. Hope we don't spend all of it this episode. And I've also got something to tell you about research. So why don't you enjoy the Stitch Up intro, and I'll see you in just a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. So let's get right into it. So just before we start on rails, let's quickly talk research. Now I've been researching something else in between the last episode and this one, and we now have this. So what I've actually done is I've turned the research off before it completes, but it's diesel engines. This is the double-decker buses. We may spend some of this capital on that as well. Now, so that's got about 4 more sorties to go, and I'm just looking down here because my Siamese cat is sleeping just here. My Siamese cat, if you're new to the channel, he often features in some of my videos, and not in a brilliant way. He doesn't like me recording gaming videos, so he talks very loudly, and until I either put him in another room or or I stop recording. That's his preference. He's asleep just there. Actually, he's awake and thinking about his next move. So if there's a cut in the video, that's me relocating him. So bear with me if I have to put a cut in. And yes, anyway, let's move on. What is next? Okay, right, diesel engine's about to do. This is perfect. Right, let me pause the game for a sec. So, if I show you these 2 trains coming into here, now this is something you might have picked up. I was looking at it and I was just thinking, something's not right here. I've got my only double-tracked station, goods station here, but it's not being used because of the signalling and the fact that most trains are this length. I think this is 10 carriages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But it's very close to here and it sits within that block. So if we change the signalling and we change the approach path slightly, what we'll be able to do is get, when I unpause the game, this train here, instead of stopping at this signal, it should roll in and unload at the second platform. You want the trains rolling in together. So let's make some adjustments so that actually starts to work. I'm going to pause the game just for a second, and we'll do that. Now the first thing I want to do, got a bit of money, so I thought we could fix this actually. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let these 2 trains go past. So I'm just going to go speed 3. He'll go into the other one, but see that? He couldn't quite get there because of the approach. And let's let these 3 trains now get out of here. And once they're out, at least they are all out. The research is completing. We're speed 3 here, which I don't like to be on too much. But once this guy's gone past here, I'm going to pause the game and we'll start looking at some rail improvements. So speed 1, pause. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to rebuild this section here. So I'm going to, I don't like the up bit here. So what I'm going to do is, if it's okay, yeah, I'm going to go get rid here and here, and I'm going to get rid here. And I'm also going to get rid there. Okay, hit the shift button and the sections in between can go as well. And first thing I want to do here is, I think I'm going to spin it out a little bit. See, this station will be replaced as well, but I wouldn't mind the infrastructure approaching being around the kind of the same. So let me think about it. Let me think about this. Do I get a bigger station in? No, let's well, first thing we'll do, I'll tell you how I like to do it. It's in various stages. I'm just thinking, do we do 2 upgrades at once? But first thing I want to do is make the approaches like this the same. So that's kind of getting there. And then I'm going to actually drop it back a tiny bit more. So let's do this, and it's not too much. Yeah, let's drop it back to there. So that's how that's going to be. Now the inside track would be, so this guy would be here, and to get up would be to there. So let's get him up. And at least then what we know is the next bit of the track, because I'm thinking does this connect in here nicely? It would. I think it would. Yeah, that would connect up pretty good. Yeah, it's not too bad. It works, doesn't it? Then I'm thinking if I do this, that makes them exactly the same. Yeah, that does make it exactly the same. Right. Wonder if I just want this to be slightly different. Because what we're going to do, let's get rid of this signal and let's get rid of this guy. And we'll just do the join bit. There. Okay, cool. So we want a train with at least 11 pieces of rolling stock to be able to come along. So if we go to rails, and what I want to do here is get this to be out. Can I make it like that? No. And the first possible mix in would be there. Oops, sorry, that would be there. Now that would work. So get rid of this. Okay, so that does work. So now what we might be able to do is fix up the signaling a little bit. And just this should kind of work. I kind of think this is a short-term improvement. Try and get this the same as that. It's a bit of a short-term improvement because I'm probably going to fix this station up. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's do it like this. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's do this. Okay, in that case, we can get rid. Okay, so that kind of works. If I wanted to make it for longer, what I could do, I think this will work, because what we'll do is we'll get rid of these signals here. These 3 signals can go, and we'll make the blocks slightly bigger. Because what we want is we want the block where they're at the station to be bigger. I'm actually going to release the game now and let it play, because those 3 trains can come back and we can test our signaling when they're there. We'll stay with the semaphores and let's see about the approach here. Now I'm going to start the block here and here. So let's go pre-semaphore, because there's trying to use the correct rail terminology, a point straight ahead. So I'm going to go pre-semaphore, then lining up with that, heading the opposite direction, standard semaphore. And then I'm not going to do anything else in there. Inside there is just going to be that. Is that right? Yeah. Because then you've got this. No, you've got semaphores there. So I think I might have to actually. Let's do that. Let's do this and then this. Let's do this and this and see if that's not. See if that little gap between here and the point is where we might rob ourselves. But let's see. We've got a train with 11 carriages coming back shortly. We'll be able to see about that. And if that does that, then I have no problem putting another signal the other side, for the other direction. Yeah, and these are standard block signals. So the block is now this big, meaning that hopefully these guys, if one is taken up all the way along here, the train ends about here, then the next one should be able to slide in next to it and start doing its unloading as well. This might have left us a little bit of room to modify, and we've got room to expand this way, but it'll leave us enough room to modify when we want to put longer station as well as more platform. So that's that part done. Diesel engine's been researched. You know what I'm going to do? Here comes a train now. Actually, while that one's going on, let's just jump in, because we could do it from here. Let's do it. Let's go jump in. We'll do 2 things at once. We'll go to garage. We'll leave the garage window open. We'll come back to our train area, and we'll watch the train play with the new area, and we'll see about this. And hopefully a train comes in behind it. This one's coming up. And then there should be the 3rd one there. So we go here, and now what we want to do is we want to go passengers, and I want it to be this. Now, not suitable for this depot. I need the bigger depot. Oh my god. Right, that is interesting. So can I go to depots? And I can't get the bigger depot because I need to research it. Man, let's just get that going then. Okay, so we need, please tell me it's not the roads. It is. How annoying. Oh, how absolutely annoying. Okay, cool. So we would need the Depot 2. And Depot 2 is going to give us... sorry, Rails 2. The second depot to get the bigger buses. And this needs stone. So we'll look at that. Oh, man. I thought we were going to be able to replace some of our buses. So yeah, you can see here, this one's I think got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, he's got 11 and he's still got a bit of room there. So let's see if this one fills up. I think we might actually get a chance to see the second train come in. Yeah, and we'll see him do that. Perfect. So that's how it should work. And apologies for not picking up on that previously, because I put a station in with 2 platforms and then I didn't enable it with signaling and the approaches correctly. Yeah, now that we've done that, see, look at that. One is just completing loading, one is just starting to, one is just completing loading, one is starting to load, and as one pulls in, one pulls out, so that is great. Now that this one is going to be free, this guy should roll straight into platform 1 on the left hand side here, without even stopping, so that is great. Look at that, straight into platform 1. That's how this should all work. So that's one thing we're going to do, and we are going to now what we're going to do is we're going to put a station out here. So I want to see about this. Now let me think. I'm going to pause the game for a second because this is going to be interesting. Now I was wondering here, if I leave room, I was thinking what I might do is if I get rid of, let me delete this, so if I go like that, yep, so that goes like that and that goes like that, and I leave that there, what I want to do is I want to get rid of, let me get rid of a little bit of this with leveling, because what I want to do here is in this section, because what I'll do, let me also get rid of this, and I may have to get rid of that as well. We are paused anyway, so let's borrow a little bit here. So I'm going to borrow the full 1.4 just for the moment. Now, we want to put a station in, but what I want to do is I want to put a passenger station in first. So I wonder if I get the passenger station in, and I want a 2-platform passenger station. And I want to start thinking about the lengths as well. So let me see about this. Let me see, because stations and then certain trains won't be able to go into certain ones because of you'll need the upgraded one, similar to the depots. So this is a passenger station. It is 120 meters in length. And I think it's going to want to be there but lower, and if that does that, you can see all these houses being supplied, so that is actually pretty good. I can get rid of this, but I think that's kind of going to want to be there, and he's going to be this is going to be interesting, because you can see what you can you see my problem here? I don't want the trains. See, this business I can't get rid of. So if I do this, and I go, how much is that? 105,000. Well, let's do, not that one. Let's do the length increase. So it is now, no, let's do it shorter. Well, 100 meters is what we've got at the moment. I think my passengers are going to be shorter stations. And the passengers I'm going to run point to point. Whereas the other ones I'm going to have turnarounds. I want turnarounds for the other ones. So I'm thinking what I should do is try and get this guy right in there. So if he goes like that, he's in. Oh, that's in. That's not too bad. Let's put him there. Can he go across one more? Without going up? No, he goes up. Okay, so that's 115,000. He's 100 meters. I wonder if I should try and just make him slightly bigger. Let me put him here and go, no, and let me do this. 110. Let me make him 120, just to future-proof a little bit, and then right up here and right on the ground. Okay, so I'm going to put him in there. Yeah, there's a passenger station there. So it means we can get passenger trains up and running at some point. But I got to fit the rail corridor along here, so I'm hoping I haven't done myself in there. Let's see about this. Oh god, I could have done myself right in, because I can't move that business. Oh, that's something to really watch out for. Can I get rid of this? No. Oh man. Ooh. Ooh. That would work. that little siding would work. Yeah, that would work. Okay, cool. So this is going to be a non-roll-in, roll-out. This is going to be a point-to-point passenger station where the train doesn't have to turn around. Now, in the game, you can ask the train just to flip, and it's a bit awkward. Or I like to always have the train where it can roll in one side, roll out the other for my freight trains. But the passenger ones, I'm going to have trains that don't need it. They're like tube trains, or they're like they're shuttle trains. So I'm going to have keep the realism and have these terminus stations. But I now have to see if I can fit in my little friend here. So let me see. What I think I can do is, because I've got to put a freight terminal in here. Now it's not going to be a big one, but I want two platforms at least. Let me see if I go terraforming, and let's get rid of everything for the moment. So see if we can just get back to here. Yeah, there we go. So at least we've got a bit of room for turnabout there. Okay, and then I can actually get, if I get maybe rid of this, I can probably get some truck loading over here going on. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Right, here we go. So we go there, we go stations, and now we want freight. And we want to rotate it and double it up. Yep, so 2, and then use the X key to make it long. So that's 120, the same as the other one. I want it longer, and it's all about the turnaround on the other side. So we're going to put him right next to, and it is about the turnarounds, isn't it? 120. Let's see how big that is compared with the existing stations. See, I'm supposed to be improving, but I don't want to have to build, because I think I'm probably going to eventually get some really big trains in here, so I really want the full size. But maybe we could do that. Oh, maybe we could do it somewhere else. Oh, maybe we do it over here. Maybe we keep this road and get this guy right in there. Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, instead of doing it here with the turnaround, maybe we put it right down and have the guys load up there. Yeah, that could be good. I need a rollback on the other side though. So let's do some things here. We've got a bit of money. We do want to make it nice, but I don't want to throw away too much. How much to get rid of? Yeah, these are gone for sure. These are definitely gone. All this road is gone. Oop, up to there. To there and there, gone. Right, and now it's definitely going to have to be, and this is where I like things to look nice, so it's going to cost a bit. This is really going to cost us 40,000, yeah, but we like them to look nice as well. Okay, so that's all good. And what we need now, I want to see, there's something you can do in the game which is well, let's see if it still works. So if I go lower, 1, 2, I'll just do 3 to test it. Yeah, so you can lower and remove the water, and then you can do that, so you can actually land grab as well. I wonder maybe if we go back to our original plan now that we've got that. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. How much is this costing us to lower this? Oop, lower that, lower that, lower that. Okay, to cover these guys, level. Yeah, little land reclamation. I think you could do it only on shallow water, not the deep water. I think maybe you can do it. So now that we've got that, you know what? Let me try it here. Let me go with the lowering again. 5,000, and now the reclamation. And you might be able to see see my cat. Hey, Chief. Hello. He's up and about. Right, okay, so let's get this going. So I've had a change of plan actually. I was using all this, but we can use this for approaches, and we can have rail corridor coming in there. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get my freight station a bit more capacity and exactly where I wanted it. So let's put it, let's go to freight, rail and stations, and it's freight. Now we want, let's do let's really enjoy ourselves here. Let's do the maximum length. Sorry, so sorry. Two of them, but the maximum length, which is going to cost us 150. Let's do the 200 meters just for now. We could put in extra later because I can reclaim the other side. And I don't need to pass through on this side of the freight. I just need to be able to do a turnaround. But I'm hoping I can do a reclamation on those sections. Should I try? I'd need 2 more. Let me try that first. Because if I can't do that, I have to go to plan B. Yeah, so this is probably good checking this out. Oh. Yeah, I can do that. And then I can do that. That is good, yeah, and it's not wasting too much money as well. I do like how the game remembers the station you were trying to build previously and it lets you go and do some stuff. Is that going to work? If I do that, just with 2, I mean, I could really try and... Look, in the future we could expand it if we need to. Do you know what? I'm actually going to try, now that we've got the room, I'm going to try and fit the 250 meter station in here. Yeah, because the turnaround will fit. If I do that, the turnaround will fit. The approaches can be lengthened. I'm going to try and do this and really squash him in a bit more. There we go, because I reckon now I can get some of these, the truck stations over here. Okay, so there is a big freight station. Okay, so we would now go like this. Now let me see if I haven't done myself in here. I need to get it as close to this as possible. Yeah, look at that. I've done myself right in. Okay, so I might be able to... Let me see about this. Can I get this in any way? That will do it, just not super nice. That's better. And we can get rid of this. That kind of works. And let's get the rest of the platform line along here. So that is lovely too. Very good. And we want this to come out along there. So one more, and then that should come across beautifully. Okay. And I'm trying to get this to be nice. Some nice angles, nice curves, a little bit of realism. That is good. Yeah, that is really good. And I love the passenger station. So I love this freight station and passenger station right in there as well. Okay, let's start to get the rail corridor going. I'm trying to get this right the way along here. This is him heading back. And then this along here is going to have to connect up. So if we put all this here, I want to kind of save it. I need to basically get these guys to merge. So you can actually line up quite well. Right, and then this guy. Because if we do this, yeah, that's good. And then we do that. Is that how it works? It's slightly off. That's good because these guys are both heading in, and then this one would be... So if he does that instead, and he does that instead, and he does that instead, we can now... There's the tracks that we actually need, and we get rid of this one and this one. There's the 4 lines. So this is heading in. This is heading... We'll have to cut in here. This is going to be a busy rail line. Okay, let's do this. So, heading back that way. Let's just do that for now. These can converge into 2, can't they? These can actually converge, these 2. There he goes. This is the chief. Little chief there. Okay, so we're back. Yeah, so let's see here. So we're doing rail corridors. I just noticed how much money we spent too. That's all right. So this guy is going to be a double platform, sorry, a double directional one, which I'll have to be it's going to be interesting with the signaling. We'll fix that. That's fine. Let's do this. And then let's do that. I think that's kind of nice. Or should I leave a bit of room there just in case we have might have a truck station happening along here, so maybe we should try and keep this fairly nice. So this would be double directional. But then what I want to do is I need the standard rail corridor to come along here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop down. Let's do this section for dropping down, and then no, that's actually enough. I think that's good. We don't need to be go too crazy here. So let's get the outer line. So this is all because the passenger and the freight are going to share the same main line, I guess. So this needs to connect up to here. That's pretty good if I do that. Let me see about that. Yeah, that is pretty good. Let me try that one. This might be why it's costing so much. Where was it? It was this. There was one there, and it was these guys. Is that it? This might actually build on here if I do that. Nope. That bit's 4,000, so it's not costing too much. I think putting that big station in was quite the drain on the money. Yeah, that's pretty good like that. Hang on, I keep trying to do this. Yeah, I keep trying to do this slightly. Okay, so it actually needs to be down one more because of this little gap. Let's do this. Yep, to there. Let's just do it to there. And then we will level. Okay, level in. Yep. Now I should be able to just build over the top of this. Let's see about this. God, I get a bit finicky and a bit sort of fiddly when I build this, but I like to. This is one section I know I'm building that I don't want to be redoing. Hence, future-proofing this station, putting a turnaround, all that stuff. Okay, so this is the return line, and that's good. We know that is the return line, and this is going to be the approach line here. So let's get him at the right length. There he is. Let's get it swinging around. So that's it. And here is where it can diverge off. Now, interesting. Let's just talk about freight at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll do this. Let's do. Hang on, not that. Let's do want this to be the right, so that would be the right. Is that the right distance? It isn't. If we did that, yeah. So if we did this and say, right, there is your correct one. Yeah, and if that is the case, then if this guy can do this. So we actually don't need, let's go back a bit. Yep, that's there. Okay, cool. So what we wouldn't need is this, and we wouldn't need this. Yep, so that's nice. Okay, so approaching here, here's where they split off into the two. They do the turnaround and they come back. So the freight line would be set and ready to go. Now this needs to, this is a two-directional one. We can't get another one along here, can we? No. It's a shame because we could have had, but then let's just leave that. We'll do some interesting signaling going on here. So this guy needs to come off from there, so it's straight ahead. And then at that point, he needs to also be able to get from here to there. And it's interesting because that is a double directional one. I don't know how all that's going to work with my signaling. I don't know how that's going to go. We're going to see about this. Yeah, because I'm going to run these back and forth lines. Okay, well there's something for the future and something for us to worry about in the future. Okay, cool. So let's get this in here. Let's get this and let's go down to here. This is pretty good. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. That leaves room for the line next to it. So if I come along here, keep the nice spacing, see the spacing. With the spacing, guys, if you're having trouble doing it, you do work it out. You kind of get a second sense for it. So if you're new to the game, the spacing actually just becomes really easy after a while. You just work out where to click and where not to and all that sort of stuff. Now, here's a nice little turnaround section. I'm going to specify that any trains heading here are happy to go through that station for now. That's going to be how that goes. So that means that this would have to just go like this because they'll come through that station and do that. I can do a pass through. I've got room for it if I need to. But for now, they can go through the station because that station is small and going to be kind of replaced. Trying to get some symmetry going there. I think I'm one down. Let me try that. Yeah, that's better. That's it. Which means I have to get rid of that last voxel there. Perfect. Okay, so that's the platform's all set. We need a bit of signaling. And that is great. Look at that. It's our first big sort of section. Now, what this enables us to do right now is split the two trains that we're approaching here. So we're going to split these two towns again, even though they're joined up. I'm going to have one of the trains delivering coal and iron bars, and the other one over here delivering coal and iron bars. So the two trains will be coal and iron bars, but they'll go to their own areas. These two are delivered just by truck straight from there. And glass panes, by the way. So once we get sand, we can do glass panes, and they're going to pay quite a bit. We've got these guys here, which will be at some points they're also paying quite a bit. The iron parts. This will be delivered direct from the depot. So yeah, we're going to do it. And the reason we're doing all that is because when we unpause the game, we're finding that these two get tied up into each other. So it's good to have the two of them there still, but we've got a lot of trucks approaching, and there's about 15 trucks going to those two depots, and they really all just converge, especially if they're waiting on one of the trains to come in. So what we'll do is let's have a train that'll just go to each of the three destinations. First of all, we're going to fix up the signaling. So let's just look at this. This signaling here is good because it's I've got a semaphore there. Yep, but then coming into this, I'm going to need a pre. I think that kind of works there. And I'm going to put a post right after it here. No. I'm going to put a post here and a pre here. Yep. Yeah. And I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, get rid of this one. Yep. Don't know what I clicked then. Okay, coming out of here, we'll do a standard semaphore, but right next to it, a pre, because there's a point directly after it. And then straight after this, we're going to want another one of these guys in, but we'll do it up a tiny bit. Okay, now we should have the double standard semaphore signals, double blocks just there. And over here, we can have a double block here and here because it's a straight. Guys, if you're a bit also new to the game, these 45-degree angle ones will never line up. You can never put them next to each other, but on these right angles to the map you can. So just a little bit of, you'll see it just here actually, because I'll need to put one here. So we're going to ignore that for the moment. What I'm going to say is coming up to here is there's a decision to be made, and then there's not on the way back. Then once you come into here, I want the tracks to realize these two are both one direction, and this one goes back in the other direction. This one here is both, and so I probably need to do this and this, but I'm not going to have any. See, it's a double, but I'm not going to have any. And I could put semaphores here and here. I'm not going to have any stock going down that one at the moment. So that's how that's going to go at the moment. I'm going to not have anything at the back here. Yeah, we're just going to leave it. But coming out of here, I'm going to go pre-semaphore because you make a decision immediately, and then you do a standard, and then I'm going to put another one here. So when we get busy, the trains will know to just get past this one, and then the next one can come into the block. So that's just to keep the trains moving. That's lovely. I love that. Oh, I'm very happy with how that all looks. Brilliant. I mean, the diesel trains probably can't come into here. We'll have to replace the station, but that is all good. Okay, we do need to repair some roads, and I need to think about where I want these roads, actually. So we know that this is all the right level. but those roads are not going to connect up with those roads. So what I'm thinking, that is actually not brilliant. What we'll do is, I tell you what, because we've got houses up there. If those houses weren't there, I'd make it all different. But because we've got those, let's do this. Let's do, not that. Let's click on the right menu to start with, and then we'll go right up here, and we'll put this guy right out against the boundary like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to go goodbye, and the map can generate the rest, which would be good, because I'm probably going to drop down here and have the sort of term, the freight yard there. Okay, the episode is long, so let's just reconfigure these trains and get some storage. So over here we know that a train will bring in those two, and it's got the right storage. That means over here we need to do the same thing. So what I'm going to try and do is put the storage just here. Now let me see if I can get these guys in. They don't need to be connected with conveyors, and they can actually just be, so we go to warehouse, just the smalls. And if I do this, yeah, see, that would work. So if I just put him, say, here, and I should have held the shift key, but I didn't, but in, and we'll do this one. Yep, and one will be coal, one will be iron bars. Yep. And then what we want is, you've got this guy, and he's going to drop off to that. I don't want the train dropping straight into here. I want to see if he'll take straight in. Let me see, if I go to logistics. Yeah, he'll drop straight into there, and he'll drop straight into there. So I mightn't even have to do that. But what I'll do is I'll have this here. So what I don't normally like trains dropping straight into businesses. I like to always have a truck, even if it's just a little quick one, and it's just one little truck just back and forwards, back and forwards. But in this case, I don't think I can stop it. The game has built this here, and I've put the rail yard right there. So I think I'm just going to have to go with it. But what it'll do, if we look at logistics of this one, this looks, yeah, here we go. So this from here, the trains will come in and they'll deliver to there if they need to. At the moment, they won't need to take it out anywhere. And they'll deliver to here directly, and then they'll drop off any spares into there. Now, the good thing about it is the coal could be picked up from here and dropped straight over to it's where it needs to go to, because I've got this particular station. So this is going to be what I use for that. And there's the little middle section with the warehouses. That's worked out really quite well, because I think the businesses could even spawn along here, and it could be lovely. Okay, I like that. I think it's all nice. Yeah, I do like this. This is a lovely section. Okay, so that means we can reroute one of the trains. Let's get the two trains going in different directions, and here they are here. So what we want to do is, what are you? So where's the train that goes to Gwalia Freight? So we don't want you to be worried. So this train here is fine, but it's this one over here we want to send to depot, and this one we want to send to depot. And I really probably should wait until, actually, let's cancel that. Are these guys both loaded up? Can I unsend him to depot? Yeah, I can. Let me see if that'll stop sending him to depot. Let's wait until they deliver their goods. Yeah, then we'll send them to depots. Okay, so we're on speed 3 here. We're going to wait, not this train, but once this one's done it, we're going to send it to depot when it's empty. Both of them going to Crookwell. Just bring that one up. Okay, if I pause and I go send a depot for a sec, you will be here. Yep. And then we can release the game. He'll spawn out. Gwalia now accepts wood beams. Well, that's good. That is good stuff. There's a road link to those two. Now this guy is here, so we can send him to depot. Right. Bring up the depot, and now we've got the two trains. Right. So both of them are going to be doing the same thing. So both are going to be... How much coal do we need? Do we have two? So we've got coal here, and we've got those guys. So really, it's 1 and 1. And over here, it's 1 and 1, isn't it? So these trains can be exactly the same. Okay, the first train, let's do the very first one. It's going to be, let's reconfigure it. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can be swapped with this. Let's see how they only hold 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these guys are going to be this. Because we've got to swap this over. Do this manually. If I hold shift, it will do the whole lot, including those, which will be just won't work. So if I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I go say 7, replace with this and change that to that. So we've got the first 7 and then the back 4, because these hold 8. Yep, so that's pretty good. So 7 and 4. And now that top train is just going to be collecting at Crookwell Southwest, which will change it to Industrial Hub. Let's do that now, actually. Industrial Hub. Yep, that's the big pickup point. Lovely. Industrial Hub, but dropping off, not there, dropping off here. So full load and full unload are here, and it's going to be called mixed. Let's call it mixed freight to National Park. Can I get this? There's a limit. National Park. Mixed freight to National Park. Yes, I'm going to copy this. So that'll be the first one, mixed freight to National Park. The second one, we reconfigure it. And we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we go 1, 2, 3, replace these guys. Oop, sorry. I hit the wrong button then and I have to go back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it's 1, 2, 3. I want to replace with this. What's the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These guys are replaced with coal, aren't they? Sorry, replaced with coal. So we want to go replace, and it's going to be not iron bar, but coal. It's going to be the larger one. There we go. That's better. Then we go to here, coal, and we're missing one, so we duplicate this guy. I've just hit the wrong thing, have I? Yep. So I need to go duplicate. Yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 4 of those. So these trains are now identical, and this route is now going to be Industrial Hub to Crookwell Branch, which is over here, and it's going to be called. Mixed freight to Crookwell. It's just the name of the town. Yeah, Crookwell. Excellent. Right. Industrial Hub, Crookwell Branch. So that's good. Okay, cool. So I think we're right to go now. All we need to do is redo the trucks. So if we go release all, and I now go speed 1, I'll see that these guys come out. And it's good because they'll both use that new kind of station immediately with the new setup that we did at the start of the episode. Okay, so that's that. This is all good. We just need to now do these guys. So we can actually... Let's bring out the fleet manager. This is the last bit that we would do. Change it to sort by route. And we want anyone who's going... Let's look at National Park. We want the National Park. So Iron Bar to National Park. We want this to be these two Iron Bars to National Park actually are both going to be going to garage. Send to depot because they're the bigger trucks and we can repurpose those. So we want to send these to depot. Brilliant. So they're going to be doing that. Let's just sort by route again so we're all refreshed. Okay, so that's that. Now it's the coal to National Park. Do we want coal to National Park West. So we want to pick up this route, and it's going to be, instead of from that, it's going to be, pause the game for a sec, and instead of that we'll remove it, but we want it to go, please add a stop, and the stop is going to be here for a full load. Oop, full load and full unload at National Park West, which is over there. Okay, so that's the coal. So the good thing about that is I think it would now do all of those guys. If we go coal to National Park West, click on one of the other ones, and you'll find here's National Park Annex is the collection point. National Park Annex. Ooh. Oh yeah, National Park Annex, which is there relating to this. Perfect. Okay, so that is all set to go. I'm going to go speed 1, and the trucks should reroute themselves, and then we might find things are a little bit better over here. So what I'll do is I'll just go speed 2, and let's see some of this kick off. How are the trains going? They're both loading up nicely. The first one is going to be going, I think, to the left. Yeah, he is. We'll go and see him actually do his thing. Let's do that. Let's follow him. Can we follow the vehicle? Take a note, take a ride, follow the vehicle. Yeah, here we go. So we'll follow the vehicle and have a look at this one. Okay, so he comes in here. He comes in, beautiful. Look at him going in there. He'll unload. These trucks are ready to go. Okay, we'll jump off him. And now those trucks have picked up. They've got a small turnaround bit, and they're off and running. So they do the coal. And also this business, let's see if he's actually accepted any goods. He has. Directly from the train, he's accepted those. And we've got the overflow there if we need it. So that is beautiful. That's a lovely one. That is really good. The only other thing I think I'll do really quickly is, let's pause the game. I'll just go speed. Yeah, we'll pause it. Is these two trucks here, I need to reassign them to a different route. So, who would need them? So this is pretty good. Could they be reconfigured as those? Can they be reconfigured? They can take coal, iron ore, or iron bars, and that's it. So let's see about this. Well, iron bars over there is no good. Coal. They could do the coal. No, coal over there as well. I think that's a short trip. We've got quite a few trucks on that. You could do this one. Could do this. Let's give one to that and one to that. Let's do those two. Yeah, so Crookwell and Crookwell. Okay, cool. So let's do reconfigure. Let's have you set up for the iron bars. Yep, and let's make you to go to existing one. It's going to be iron bar to Crookwell South. Yep, so you'll go to there. Okay, so you can go. And then this one can be coal. So let's do this, set him up for coal, and we want coal to Crookwell Southeast. So I pick the existing route, coal to Crookwell Southeast. Right, so that redeploys those trucks with the higher capacity for over here. They're still reliant on the trains coming in, but that's kind of cool. Okay, so that kind of works nicely. Game's unpaused. So this episode we did quite a bit actually. We sort of redid this, so this now operates quite well. And then we set up this little beast over here, which is fantastic, and I'm very happy with that. It's going to get busy around here. We'll put another road through here. We'll definitely do it when we unlock this. But this is going to be a busy part. This is one of our first sort of more complete sections. I'll also start scouting around and seeing, so we didn't spend all the money. I'll start seeing where we've got sand and stone. Sand and stone are going to be really, really important. Sandstone and copper are the three things that we still need to unlock in the vanilla game, and they are going to be around here. So I might save up some money, and we'll have a bit of a look at it at the start of next episode of where we can grab some of this sort of stuff. For example, stone here is going to be nearly $3 million, so I'd have to save up quite a bit, but it's going to be super important. and it's going to unlock some more towns as well. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Stitch Up, and I'll see you in the next episode of our super productive game of Voxel Tycoon with the passengers. Cheers!